or electrons. Nobody has seen an electron. Sukshmavatet avijnayam. The sloka says, you can't see it. Just can't see it. Can you imagine that? Long, long ago, long before electrons were known. But even today, no scientist has seen an electron. But they've all got a Nobel Prize for describing what an electron is. Imagination only. J. Thomson in 1907 got the Nobel Prize for saying that electrons are particles. He was the director of the Cavendish Institute in Cambridge. 30 years later, his own son, P.J. Thomson, said they are waves. He also got the Nobel Prize. In 1925, Werner Heisenberg said uncertainty principle. He is absolutely right. He got the Nobel Prize. In 32, Schrödinger said they are wavicles. They are waves and particles. He also got the Nobel Prize. But nobody has seen the electron in the bargain. Why can't you see an electron? All great students in the back. Why can't you see an electron? Have you seen God? So God doesn't exist, right? Absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. Absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. So God doesn't have any evidence to exist, so he doesn't exist. That's not correct. That's called foolish science. That's called illogical science. Science has no logic. Illogical science. You know why? Why can't you see an electron? Huh? Again the Upanishad says, Asino vrajati duram, shayano jati sarvatha. When you sit, you are everywhere, and when you nowhere, you are nowhere. So beautiful, but you can't see an electron. Have you seen wind? An American poet has so beautifully described that. Who has seen the wind? Neither you nor I. But when the trees bend and dance, the wind is passing by. So I change that. Who has seen God? Neither you nor I. But when we are in trouble and shout for God, we feel God. Physics-wise, we can't see an electron because how do I see you physics-wise? A few photons in you should leave your body and come and hit my eye. Then only I am aware of your presence. You are there or not there, I don't know. That's Maya. That's why it's called illusion. Uncertainty principle. Illusion. But if one photon leaves an electron, it no longer is an electron. So how can you see an electron? You can't see an electron. So just because you have not seen God, it doesn't mean God doesn't exist. I don't know, I heard this in school. When Vivekananda was a little arrogant, young he was, he went to Ramakrishna Ji and said, have you seen God? And what Ramakrishna Ji did was, gave him a real hit on the face. Then he realized and went. So this is what happens, you see. When you realize, go above, you can feel God. So Ramakrishna Paramahamsa felt God. And he felt God in everything that he said. And that's what inspired Vivekananda to follow him. Because Vivekananda was a rationalist. He wouldn't follow anything which he doesn't rationalize. So that's how Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was the greatest sage that I have ever seen, ever heard of, or ever read about. And Vivekananda was the most faithful Shishya that I would like to be of any master. And the man who revived our ancient wisdom in the West. The next man after that who proved